moment while I go live on Facebook. It'll take just 1 second. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to this weekend edition of the Strategic Swing Trader. I hope you're doing well, hope you're enjoying the holiday weekend. I'm Sami Abasad, Director of Education at T3 Live. We're gonna do what we always do, which is go over the market and go over some amazing swing ideas for next week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. Also, while you're at it, if you'd like to get a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description. Link for it is in the description. But with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's turn on the charts and take a look, shall we? If you want to help support the channel and find benefit in today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Go ahead and do it now if you wouldn't mind. The market, all out bullish. I've been saying that for a long time. It gets boring after a while, but pretty bullish. This day I thought we might get a pullback, and we didn't get any follow through, so the market is really bullish. At some point we'll accelerate, because at some point the people that are still not in the market, not invested, will all feel like they've missed out, and they have. They've missed out and they will start to rush in, and that should cause the market to accelerate. So again, market is just grinding up right now, which is bullish, and then at some point some people, was the last batch of traders that are investors that have not yet committed to the market, will get in, will rush in, and that will cause the market to accelerate. If we accelerate, then that should probably be the top. Okay, I'll show you what that means exactly, which happened at the end of August, beginning of September. This is it. So we were grinding up for I don't know how many months, right? And then accelerated, which put in the top. I thought it was going to be a long-term top. It wasn't. I mean, it lasted for I don't know, 2-3 months maybe, and then we made new highs in December. So, but this is what I would be looking for, is acceleration. Acceleration means, you know, the market prices start to run up without any pullback. So see this? Pullback, 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 pullback. Over here, no pullback. And we got 20 bars in a row, up bars. And they weren't all green bars, but they were all up bars pretty much. So that's the kind of price action that I would look for before trying to pick the top on the market. In the meantime, it is pretty much foolish to try and guess the top when the market is just grinding up like so. All right, so bias for next week is going to be bullish until proven otherwise, until we either, you know, crash and burn, which is not in the cards, I don't think, or accelerate, which I don't know when that's going to actually happen. Same with the SPY, same with the IWM. The IWM is the strongest. Here's the list for next week. My list is actually a lot longer than this, but I don't want to make this a 30-40 minute video. So I'm just giving you, like, you know, I don't know, 10-15. But I have 50 items on my watch list, just so you know. Last week also I gave you just I don't know, like less than 10 items. Here's what I had on last week's list, just FYI. IFMK, which went up from, we got it at $1.10, okay? Went up to 4, but this was also painful to me because I missed the exit. This day, the day when it actually got to the target, I had to leave a little bit early to go see my dentist. And so I missed the exit on it, so I'm still stuck with it. We'll see. So that's IFMK. We had also the PRTA on last week's list. We had, you name it. We had so many. We had Nvidia on last week's list. All of these I'm in. Nvidia is a long-term trade, by the way. Okay. We had INPX, which doubled in one day. It pulled back quite a bit on Friday, but still up a good amount. We had AMRX, which on Monday broke out. Okay. We had BKEP, which broke out on Friday. We had MHLD, you name it. We had all of that stuff on last week's list. This week's list is not as good, but let's see what we can find. Amazon. I don't love it, but it's a long-term idea. It's a daily pullback to the rising 20. Okay, so over 32.92 long. Again, I don't love it, but this is very similar to the Nvidia play. It's been basing for a long time, especially on the weekly chart. The 20 MA is caught up on the weekly time frame. So I like it higher as a long-term play. Here's the Nvidia, just so you can see it. It's pretty similar. Weekly base breakout. Monthly was a little extended, but it still worked. So that's the Nvidia. And Amazon is similar. I think this is probably going to go next week. I don't know which day exactly, but over 32.92, I like it higher. Stop could be as tight as 32.33. That's like a $60 stop, and that's still very, very super tight for a stock like Amazon. I like the Nvidia more, but it is what it is. BKCC has a daily buy setup, long over 324, stop under 314, target 1 340, and then target 2 should be the 200 MA on the weekly, $5, 450. It'd be a home run if it got there. CMCM already popped hard, but it does have an hourly base breakout. I use the hourly time frame to locate entries for my swing plays. So over the base, stop under it. Okay, so not bad, not bad. CMCM. CYDY is an OTC stock, but I had it as a play as a 1 2 3 last week, and it exploded. Unfortunately, I didn't keep that much of it overnight, but it really went up nicely, and now has a pullback and has a 1 2 3 inside of a buy setup. There are two places to. There's only one place to put the entry, which is over this bar's high. There's two places to place the stop. One right here as a 1 2 3 play, or as a buy setup play, which is the safer place to put the stop under, which would be under 524. Okay, it's a daily buy setup, and I like it higher all the way up to $10, believe it or not. It is an OTC stock though. I rarely trade OTC stocks. IVR, I had it as a breakout a while back. It rallied nicely initially, and then it started to come in, so I trailed out of it, and now has another buy setup over the base, stop under it. Okay, on the IVR. This is a real estate stock, mortgage REIT actually. MITT, triggered on Friday. Similar. I don't know. There's a bunch of them that look good, and I just put the IVR on the list. But there's like 3-4. MUX, I think gold mining. Actually, silver is better than gold right now. EXK is pretty bullish. Triggered already on Friday. I'm not in it, but looks good. AG also looks okay. From the gold stocks, I like MUX over the red bar's high, which is over 127. Stop under 109 and target about 155. I also like the AU, which is hasn't gotten going yet, but has a beautiful monthly buy setup. I got in it, got out of it 2 weeks ago or so. Didn't make any money on it, and I'm still watching to get back in it. RGLS is a daily buy setup, but better yet is a monthly transition in. This is the pattern that I've been playing, that I told you about in the last few videos. This pattern. See it? I mean, IFMK, this pattern, SELB, these are all things that I played. This pattern, which I'm in already, SELB, but has a daily buy setup, by the way. So that's the pattern that's really working very, very well right now. This transition A breakout on the monthly chart, and RGLS is exactly that, has a daily buy setup. Okay? So over the bar's high, I wouldn't put the stop under 150. That would be too tight. I'd just give it to 130. Okay, on the RGLS. RHE has a base breakout. This is a little different. Just a base breakout right here. Stop over here. Target 1 and target 2. All right. So that's the play. Base breakout. RHE. RRD. Base breakout on the daily chart. Okay, over the base. There's two places to place the stop. One right here, the tight stop, or under 220. I like the 220. I think it's safer. Transition A on the weekly and monthly also. Okay, so RRD as a long. SONN, daily buy setup, but I'm sure this is also a transition A. It is on the monthly time frame. Okay, transition A is when the stock, you know, comes from a down, is in a downtrend, starts to base, and then pops, breaks out. So that's what we're looking at here. Okay, a transition A breakout on the SONN, using the daily time frame to get into a monthly breakout, basically. And then the SONN entry could be over 303, stop under 287, or safer would be over 312, stop under 287. A lot of these are long-term plays. They're not really just swing plays, they're long-term plays. TEDU is a breakout. What I don't like about it is the fact that last time it broke out, which was a week ago or so, the green bar was met, rather than by another follow-through bar, another green bar, was met by a big red bar. So I don't like the lack of follow-through there, but I don't mind it over the base. Okay, stop under it. And let's check on the weekly and the monthly. Monthly is a transition A also. Okay, weekly is beautiful also. Weekly is the best chart actually on the stock. Okay, TEDU. VBLT is a daily buy setup, so long over 264. Yep, stop under 217. And let's check on the monthly. Transition A already broke out, as you can see, already broke out, but it's not a target. It has room to $6, so I like it. I like the VBLT daily buy setup inside of a monthly breakout. And then the VIVE is a daily buy setup. Let's take a look at the monthly. Is also a breakout, and weekly is a breakout. I'd have to open up the chart too for you to really see it, or go to logarithmic scaling. Let's take a look. Yeah, I guess the monthly isn't the best. Weekly is okay. It's not my favorite, but over 434, stop under 396. Okay, daily buy setup to at least $5. WETF already, I think, might have triggered already over 586. No, it hasn't. So over 586, stop under 546, 86 by 46, 40-cent stop as a daily breakout. Okay, the WETF. WWR has a monthly transition A. You can see it, especially if you go to logarithmic scaling. I mean arithmetic scaling, that is. So it's a transition A on the monthly. You can see the weekly and daily buy setup. Entry over 970, stop under 840. This one might gap up because I believe it's reporting earnings before the open tomorrow. So I believe it's reporting earnings before the open tomorrow. And then the WYNN is not a small cap stock, obviously, is a daily breakout over the base, stop just under it right here. In terms of targets, I don't remember what I picked for targets for this. Probably, you know, 137 or so as the target. Yeah, the prior pivot high, that's 150. But I'd go with 137 at least for target 1, maybe 150 target 2. Not bad, not bad. The WYNN. The shorts, not as good. I'm not shorting anything these days. Well, I do have one thing that's short. Plug is a monthly climactic sell. Weekly also looks good under 60.77. Okay, stop over 70.50 is a weekly climactic sell setup. Target around $40 on the plug. That looks really, really good. It's just that the shorts right now are not that great, simply because the market is so bullish. Okay, let's take a look. And this is the one that I got short. I just want to show you. It's the same as plug, basically. It's a monthly monthly climactic sell setup. See it? Monthly climactic, weekly climactic, and daily triggered under this bar's low. So that's the one that I got short, that I shorted on Friday. Okay, it's similar to plug, which I like for tomorrow. TAP had a gap down and a 1-2-3 pattern. So under 43.43 short, stop over 44.85, and target the 200 MA on the daily chart, the red line, around 40.50, I would say. So again, under 43.43, stop over 44.85, and target about 40.50. UK is a daily sell setup. I like it. Gap down a couple weeks ago has been bearish. Like it under 350. stop over 385, and target 1, the prior pivot low. Target 2, who knows, it's at all-time lows, so we'd have to just trail it. Voyager is a 1, 2, 3, so short under 710, stop under 741, and then target the prior pivot low, maybe a little bit more, or the prior bars low, I should say, maybe a little bit more. And then, as I said, FLGT already triggered on Friday. This is the list. If you're a subscriber to my newsletter, you can log on to your T3 Live account. You'll see which plays I picked for my own account and for the newsletter. So you can log on to your T3 Live account and get the newsletter before it goes out tomorrow by 8 a.m. East Coast time. So if you'd rather just wait for the email to go out, for the newsletter to go out, then obviously you can do so. But if you'd like to look at the list, the ones that I picked for my own account, you can log on to your T3 Live account and get that list already. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're doing great. This has been an amazing year already, and we're only a month and a half in. I'm going to be doing a live mentorship where we trade together for a whole week. Not this week, but the following week. So the last week of February. If you'd like to learn more about that, if you'd like to trade with me live for 5 days in a row, link for that is in the description. So check it out in the description. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will talk to you next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.